architecture. We're talking brilliant minds, incredible buildings, all being held back by this invisible digital friction. It's wild.
All right, let's just jump right in with a real head-scratcher. How is it that a field that literally designs the future is stuck in a productivity plateau? I mean, for over a decade, things have just been flat. It's a huge paradox, and it affects pretty much every firm out there.
So to really get what's going on, we gotta look at the numbers. And trust me, they tell a pretty surprising story.
Okay, so on the surface, things look pretty good, right? You see nominal revenue per employee jump from 86 grand all the way up to 143 grand. Awesome. But that's not the whole picture, not even close. Once you factor in inflation, that growth, it basically disappears. It's like the entire profession is on a treadmill, running faster and faster just to stay in the exact same spot.
So what gives? What's causing this stagnation? Well, it's definitely not a lack of talent or ambition. No way. The real culprit is this systemic problem that researchers have a name for, the digital decoupling.
And this image, wow, it just perfectly captures that feeling, doesn't it? It's this messy, confusing web where you feel like you're constantly moving, but the paths, they don't really lead anywhere you expect. This is the daily grind of trying to navigate digital chaos.
So what is the digital decoupling really? Well, to put it simply, it's this huge gap. On one side, you have these incredibly complex 21st century buildings, and on the other, you've got these 20th century file habits we're using to create them. It's a total mismatch between what the job needs and how our digital tools are set up to work.
I mean, does any of this look familiar to you? That file name, final_v2_final. Oh man, or the endless emails just trying to find the latest file set. Or that sinking feeling in your stomach when you have to redraw a detail that you know exists somewhere. These aren't just little pet peeves, you guys. These are the day-to-day symptoms of this big decoupling problem.
And listen, this is way more than just an inconvenience that slows you down. The cost of all this digital chaos when you add it all up, it's absolutely staggering. We're talking about a full-blown crisis for the entire industry.
So, let's break it down. Where does the day actually go? Well, get this. According to industry reports, more than a fifth of the day, 21%, is just gone, wasted, just dealing with file issues. Think about that. That's more than a full day of work every single week, just vaporized.
And all that wasted time, it translates directly into a massive financial drain. We are talking about $31.3 billion every single year in the US construction industry alone. And that's just from rework, fixing mistakes caused by bad data and miscommunication. That number is just mind-blowing.
You know, there's this quote from a report that just hits the nail on the head. It says, "File chaos is not a nuisance. It's the hidden tax that defines practice." And that's exactly what it is. It's this invisible tax that just quietly eats away at your profits, totally burns out your team, and opens up your firm to massive risks you shouldn't even be taking. Okay, so it all sounds pretty bleak, I know, but it's not all doom and gloom. There is a way out of this mess. The path forward starts with a really clear framework for building something called digital resilience.
The first step is figuring out where you are right now. It turns out most firms fall into one of three buckets. First, you have the ad hoc architect. This is where everyone kind of does their own thing, which means the firm has, well, no system at all. Then there's the legacy-bound firm. You know, the one stuck using outdated tools that just can't keep up. And finally, you've got the siloed practice, where nobody trusts anybody else's files, and it just leads to constant, painful rework. Figuring out which one of these sounds like your firm is a huge first step.
So, what's the fix? It's a framework called the Digital Resilience Index, and it really comes down to three key pillars. It's actually pretty straightforward. Pillar 1, infrastructure. We're talking about modern tools, like having one single source of truth for all your project data. Pillar 2, process. This means having clear, enforced rules for things like how you name and organize files. Simple, but crucial. And Pillar 3 is culture. This is where leadership has to step up and treat IT like a core part of the strategy, not just another line item on the budget. Now, fixing all this foundational stuff, it's not just about damage control. It's not just about stopping the bleeding. It's about unlocking this incredibly innovative future for the whole profession. So let's talk about what that looks like. Let's see where a truly resilient practice can take us.
Okay, so experts are already seeing these 5 big signals pointing to the future. We're talking about AI-native firms backed by venture capital that can design 60% faster. We're talking about embedding advocacy right into the DNA of a firm.
even redesigning the company culture itself as a design problem. I mean, the future here is super dynamic and exciting. But here's the thing, and this is the most important connection to make. Every single one of those amazing future signals we just talked about, from AI to a better culture, they all depend on one thing: fixing the digital chaos we started with. It's simple, right? You just can't build a skyscraper on a cracked foundation.
So at the end of the day, building a resilient practice isn't just about fixing annoying problems or saving a few bucks. It's about building the core ability to innovate, to actually create the future. And in a world that's always changing, that makes resilience the most underrated, most important superpower a firm can possibly have. So the only question left to ask is, how strong is yours?